Tonight on the CBS3 News at 6, jury selection is delayed in the trial of Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd. We bring you the latest updates on the trial. Plus, back to school. Duluth secondary students return to school for the first time in a year today. We hear from students about the return. And as vaccines are ramping up around the country, the CDC is now offering guidance for those who have been vaccinated.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
And this was the scene outside the Hennepin County Courthouse in Minneapolis this morning as a large group gathered there on the first day of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin's murder trial and the death of George Floyd. Good evening, I'm John Cardinale. Thanks for joining us tonight. Kristen is off. Jury selection in that trial began today, and it is on hold tonight while a court considers whether to reinstate a third-degree murder charge. While we'll have more on the reason behind that decision in just a moment, that pause is not stopping activists from calling for justice all across the state. CBS 3's Emma Quinn joins us live now from a gathering in downtown Duluth at the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial. Emma, what's going on out there?
So, John, we're at the intersection of First Street and 2nd Avenue East. Now, we're walking with these protesters as they're making their way down 2nd Avenue East towards Superior Street. Now, roughly 20 or so people showed up earlier this afternoon, around 5:30 this evening, rather, at the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial for a peaceful protest. The event was organized by those with the Twin Ports Pressure, Northland, SURJ, and the representatives from the Black Lives Matter movement. They took time to meditate, they sang some native tribal songs, and they also took time to talk about social injustice and racial inequality that they've experienced themselves personally. Now, we have some people here in safety vests. You might be able to see them. Those are volunteers who have chose to walk with this group of protesters. They're carrying first aid kits, extra masks, waters in case anybody needs it. Now, as of right now, we haven't seen any police law enforcement presence here at all. Aside from being out on the street here on North 2nd Street, or 2nd Avenue, rather, they have been on the sidewalk for most of the time. And as of right now, the things that they've said is they've listed off names of protesters are African Americans who have been killed due to police brutality, like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Emmett Till, and many others. So, John, right now we're here on Superior Street, and we're going to keep following them for the rest of the night, and we'll bring you more updates as it comes through. All right, sounds good, Emma. Thank you very much. And you just saw the gatherings here in Duluth, but groups also gathered in Minneapolis today for Chauvin's trial. CBS News correspondent Michael George is in Minneapolis and reports the proceedings have brought heavy security and demonstrations to the city.
Unless any of the parties object, I'm going to kick our jurors loose.
The weeks-long process of picking jurors in the trial of Derek Chauvin is pushed off a day.
We remain concerned about the court proceeding with matters.
The court first had to deal with an appeal over the possible reinstatement of a third-degree murder charge against the former Minneapolis police officer. Chauvin is already facing charges of second-degree murder and manslaughter after pressing his knee into George Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes, holding the position even after he went limp. Floyd's sister spoke outside the court.
Our hope is that justice prevails and we can all use this as an opportunity to be better and do better for those around us.
Hundreds of peaceful protesters have taken to the streets, and separating them in the courthouse, barricades, barbed wire, and the National Guard. The death of an unarmed black man at the hands of police sparked protests across the world over officer brutality and race relations. Are you hopeful that justice will be served?
I'm skeptical just because, history shows, but, I'm going to try my best to show support and hopefully they'll do the right thing.
I don't have any confidence in the system.
Potential jurors answered questionnaires to determine how much they knew about the case and their opinions about protests. They'll be interviewed individually, and the judge, defense attorney, and prosecutor will all get to ask questions. Once selected, the jury will be escorted to the court and sequestered during deliberations. Opening arguments are slated for March 29th.
Okay.
14 jurors will be selected for the trial, 12 who will hear the case and 2 alternates. They'll be socially distanced and will be required to wear masks while in court. This morning, Governor Tim Walz says he believes the state's justice system will carry out its mission. He added that it's important to give people the chance to safely express their opinions and to make sure those who want to cause damage don't have the chance to do so. Walz says it's time to show the world Minnesota is having tough conversations.
We're not afraid to look inward, understand that we've got work to do around race, we've got work to do around public safety, and this will give us a chance to show them that.
Walz encouraged people to talk to their friends and neighbors and have conversations that aren't easy. Chauvin's trial is separate from that of 3 other former officers charged in Floyd's death. A judge made that ruling because of pandemic-related space restrictions. Jay Kyung, Thomas Lane, and Tao To are charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder and manslaughter. Their trial is scheduled for August. And while cameras are not typically allowed in the state's courtrooms, in an unprecedented decision, Chauvin's trial is being streamed live. And you can watch the entire trial on Court TV. That's channel 3.4 on KDLH for over-the-air viewers, and we'll also be streaming it on our website and Facebook page. Shifting gears now to weather. Dave joins us with a beautiful sunrise photo from this morning, and boy, it was a beautiful day today.
It's been a beautiful week, really. It's been dry and warm and sunny. This is coming out of the Floodwood area from our friend John Dahlman. This might be one of the last times we see this for at least a little bit, because we're going to shake things up midweek and finally say hello to low pressure. So the persistent highs that have kept us sunny, we're on the last of 3. So dry today, sunny today, clouds increase tomorrow, and that sets us up then for a chance for some precip by Wednesday. But right now, it looks pretty nice up there around the Ash Lake area, which isn't too far from the Ash River, up north there between Cook International Falls and or that territory, Highway 53. All the warmth has melted a lot of snow away in that neck of the woods, but we could get a chance, like I mentioned, by midweek for a little replenishment. Short-term forecast says partly cloudy tonight, tomorrow becoming partly sunny with highs going towards 55. One more day of the warm spell before we cool down on Wednesday and then get that snow chance. I'll talk about how much potentially could come right after a few more minutes here.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. In any year, going back to school is an exciting time for most students. For Duluth secondary learners, today marked the first time they stepped foot inside a classroom after a full year of distance learning during the pandemic. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo got an inside look at the busy day for students and teachers at Denfeld High.
Back to school after a full year of distance learning. Denfeld High, along with Duluth's other middle and high schools, welcomed back 6th, 9th, and 12th graders for day 1 of hybrid learning Monday.
But I'm also really excited to be back. But I was really nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, what is it going to be like to be back in this building?
With student leaders to guide the way, 9th graders navigated new hallways to find their classrooms.
It's definitely different. You know, you got to learn the school right away because you got no leniency on your classes, but it's definitely an exciting place, and you know, to have this many welcoming people here, it's got to feel good for them.
For the class of 2021, it's a bit of normalcy before graduation.
There's not really much time left in the school year, so I don't really see the point coming back now. Maybe if it was earlier.
With only a few months left in the school year, Denfeld High's leaders are doing what they can to build Hunter pride and make up for lost time.
I also feel really excited just about being back because it's like, oh, sweet, we at least get to come back for a little bit.
Duluth schools will bring back more middle and high school students in the coming weeks. For now, students adjust to in-person learning for the first time in a long time.
Right away, they just got to, you know, jump in and get involved and not be shy about anybody. You know, everybody's here just trying to go to classes and have a good time.
And right now, secondary students get 2 half-days of in-person learning, but Duluth schools are working to increase that number to 4 days later this month. Distance learning is still an option for anyone who wants it. And in other school news, more than 90% of Minnesota school districts and charter schools are now offering some form of in-person learning. That's according to Governor Tim Walz's office. In February, the governor updated the state's plan to allow all middle and high school students to return to hybrid or in-person learning. As of Saturday, Walz reported nearly 55% of Minnesota's educators, school staff, and child care providers have received a COVID-19 vaccine. And in COVID news, more than 10% of Minnesotans have now gotten shots to guard against the coronavirus. But state health officials say the spread of more contagious versions of the virus during the pandemic make it important to avoid spring break travel. They say you should consider delaying non-essential travel. If you have to travel, health experts say you should get tested 2 to 3 days before leaving and avoid contact with others for 2 weeks before your trip. And if you're fully vaccinated, you can now gather inside with other vaccinated people without a mask or social distancing. Federal health officials with the CDC announced the recommendations today. They also say vaccinated people can gather with people at low risk for severe disease, such as vaccinated grandparents visiting healthy grandchildren. Officials say a person is considered fully vaccinated 2 weeks after receiving the last required dose. Only about 9% of the U.S. population has been fully vaccinated so far. Still to come on live local CBS 3, the 2021 Iditarod Sled Dog Marathon is underway in Alaska, while some Northlanders are keeping an eye on the standings. Next.
Today's Duluth airport high went to 51, 5 degrees shy of the record 56 from 1977. But we have one more shot at the record tomorrow, where temperatures are expected to again get towards the mid-50s. After that, a cool down comes, cool enough for maybe a little bit of snow on Wednesday. We'll talk about how much could fall coming up after our break.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you've been putting off some of those interior projects, now is the perfect time to start setting goals for yourself before the busy spring selling season. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for a list of ideas on what to organize, clean, or upgrade in order to get the biggest bang for your buck. Ready to sell now? Don't wait till spring. Inventory is still low and homes are selling fast. Call to schedule a private consultation with the JS Realty team.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Outpatient surgery excellence. More than 170,000 procedures performed and a 98% patient satisfaction rating. Save on your out-of-pocket costs. Have one caring nurse from pre-op to post-op, 80 accredited physicians in 15 specialties, and a state-of-the-art imaging platform. Outpatient surgery excellence. Lakewalk Surgery Center.
Amazing power, amazing speed, one ultra cool price. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Experience blazing hot speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Turn up the intensity with powerful in-home Wi-Fi and stay chill with 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
I'm Dave. This is Calvin. Welcome to the neighborhood.
You mind if I cut in? I'm trying to spice Mondays up for everybody.
Let's get this party started.
Bring your friends.
What was that?
I was expressing my enthusiasm.
Watch the neighborhood.
Watch Bob Potts.
Have a show around.
I'm in.
Boom. Hard to wrap my head around.
Why's the bottle half empty?
I started celebrating early.
Bring your
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, the warm spell continues, and since we last spoke about an hour ago, a couple of towns nudged up just a little bit. Duluth, for example, at the airport. In just a few minutes here since we last looked at the almanac, it's gone to 52. And Watersmeet, which was hovering around 49 degrees, has now dipped its foot into the water and gone up to 50. So Ely 50, 54 Moose Lake, 55 Hayward, 54 International Falls. Everybody was pretty toasty. Cool spot just up the Gunflint, fairly close to the Canadian border. And so the farther north you get, it does get a little bit cooler, but even that is still warmer than normal. Tomorrow's going to be another warmer than normal day. I think maybe we could set a record at the airport. We'll keep an eye on that, of course. And then by Wednesday, it clouds up and cools down, and we get our first chance for precip in quite a while. Right now at the airport, it's 50 degrees, 32% for the relative humidity with a southwest wind, going 5 miles per hour, air pressure high at 30.22 inches of mercury, the last of a long line of highs, slated to keep us dry through tomorrow. Come Wednesday, precip returns. Right now, though, it's dipped back down to 36 in Watersmeet, so that trip to 50 was fairly short-lived. 44 Ironwood, 47 Ashland, and 45 in Superior, 50 still in Moose Lake, and in Proctor, 43 Silver Bay, mid-40s towards the Quad Cities, and similar conditions go through towards Grand Rapids and Deer River. Same deal for up north there, border country, 45 International Falls, 48 to Ely. Low temps tonight will be warmer than normal, in the 30s, and that's 30s above zero, not like 2 weeks ago, and it was the other direction. Well, right now, like I mentioned, the last of 3 high-pressure cells is over our region, and it's really keeping the sky clear for Wisconsin and the UP. And clouds are starting to filter into Minnesota in advance of a low-pressure system that is coming our way. After midnight tonight, border country Minnesota could start to get a couple of these rain showers, but then it's tomorrow night into Wednesday when this rain-snow mix could be with the rest of us. And right now it looks like 2 to 4 inches of snow could actually accumulate by Thursday morning for the center stripe of our region, and on the flanks, maybe just a trace to 2 inches. Not a big deal for precip, but it could be sloppy since it's going to be so warm. How warm? Well, tonight we have low temps in Minnesota in the 30s. Increasing clouds with border drizzle possible. For Wisconsin and Michigan, I think it'll stay partly cloudy there with low temps from 30 to 35. What do we get tomorrow? Wisconsin, Michigan, with increasing clouds, your high temps will be 55 to about 60 degrees. And for Minnesota, not too far behind, maybe upper 40s by the lake to close to 60 around Moose Lake. Partly sunny with border showers kicking up in the afternoon, which then leads us to the 60% chance for the rain-snow mix for everybody Wednesday and through early Thursday morning. So from 55 on Tuesday down to 40, John, on Wednesday, dropping into the 30s as early as Thursday, and holding on to readings like that all the way through next Monday. Low temps will fall back into the teens, but the sunshine quotient will perk up. We'll have a pretty sunny weekend, so it should be just about as beautiful as it was in Floodwood this morning from that picture we saw from John.
Hey, as long as the sun's out, that's great. We'll sure enjoy tomorrow. Thank you very much, Dave. Dog Marathon is underway in Alaska with a couple names that'll sound very familiar to us Northlanders. Duluth's Gunnar Johnson is competing in the 1,000-mile race. He was the former Duluth city attorney, and it's his third Iditarod. This time, he's raising awareness for mental health, carrying a list of names of people who died by suicide. At last check, Johnson was in 14th place out of a field of 46. Meanwhile, Ryan Reddington is leading the field tonight. Reddington competed in this year's John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon, placing second by just 7 seconds. Reddington won the Bear Grease in 2020, the Alaska native's best Iditarod finish with 8th place last year. We'll keep tabs on the race and update you along the way. Northland McDonald's restaurants are giving back to an organization by the same name. Today through March 17th, when you buy a Shamrock Shake at participating McDonald's, 25 cents will be donated to Ronald McDonald House across Minnesota. 225 McDonald's locations in Minnesota, western Wisconsin, and Ironwood, Michigan are taking part. The efforts have contributed to nearly $610,000 donated dollars to Minnesota chapters since 2014. Ronald McDonald Houses provide a welcoming home away from home and service that keep families together when seeking medical care for their children. The Northland's first Ronald McDonald House opened last month. It's located in downtown Duluth. For more information on the fundraiser and ways to donate, head to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. And ahead in sports, the Bulldogs are going dancing. Hear from the UMD women's hockey team coming up.
Get your Bennington pontoon at RJ Sport and Cycle.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
During Home's preferred customer event, get an extra 10% off sale prices on any purchase, including bedroom, dining room, living room, and more. And free no-contact shipping. Hurry, the preferred customer event ends Wednesday, only at Home Furniture.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company. Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
Public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. After these infusions, everything just kind of turned around and I was able to start enjoying things again.
To learn more, give us a call or visit us online.
At Super One Foods, you'll find more than just low prices and better choices. You'll find friendly faces like ours, working hard to save you money.
Super One has a tireless commitment to quality and freshness and a goal of delivering 5-star service to every customer to bring the absolute best value to your shopping experience. Check out these specials available at all Super One locations going on now.
So stop into the Super One Foods right in your neighborhood. Super One Foods, serving you with low prices and better choices.
Numi Jewelers is a full-service jewelry store specializing in one-of-a-kind pieces and repairs. From a chain repair to a full custom piece, we'll get your jewelry looking new again. Stop in for a free repair estimate. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
Your aviation career is ready for takeoff. Join us for Lake Superior College's Aviation Open House on Friday, March 19, 3 to 6 p.m. Tour LSC's Center for Advanced Aviation and learn about exciting programs like Professional Pilot and Aviation Maintenance Technician. RSVP today.
There is nothing that we want more than students learning together safely.
And we only get to do that if we can all get through this together with everybody safe and healthy.
We can do this.
We can do this.
By hook or by crook, after 30 years or so, I've become the longest-serving broadcast meteorologist here in this market. I've been an on and off part of it since 1986. We have a higher quotient of people who grew up in this area, lived the weather all their lives, know what's supposed to happen for each specific time of the year around here. CBS3 Live and Local, we try to live up to that, and I'm hoping people will like what they see and tell all their friends, of course.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The sweating and waiting is finally over for the UMD women's hockey team following Saturday night's loss to Ohio State. Last night they found out their season would continue, and they are one of the 8 teams to make the NCAA tournament. For the first time in 4 years, the Bulldogs are back in the NCAA tournament. UMD will be the 5 seed and take on 4th-seeded Colgate out of the ECAC. The quarterfinal matchup will take place Monday, March 15th at 6 p.m. in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Honestly, they were miserable. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. We all, I think I fell asleep at 3 a.m. last night, got 5 hours of sleep. Wake up, come to the rink, just waiting.
We all were wondering if our names would get called today, so we are thrilled. The celebration in here just a few minutes ago was one of the best. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I know these guys will too.
Division III WIAC women's first round action. UWS hosting Northland College in the first. Yellow Jackets down a goal until now. Amber Heidenreich ties the game up at a goal apiece. We go to the second. The floodgates open. Amanda Sargent, what a day for her. She was able to put home that rebound right there to give Superior their first lead of the game. 12 seconds later, Hannah Magnuson, I'm still trying to figure out how she went top shelf on that one. She lights the lamp. Yellow Jackets advance to the WIAC semifinals, travel to Eau Claire on Wednesday for a 2-game series. As for the UMD men, they are now focused their shift to survive and advance after Saturday's overtime loss against St. Cloud State. The Bulldogs will be the 3 seed in this weekend's NCHC tournament taking place in Grand Forks, North Dakota. The Bulldogs will now take on Western, as I mentioned, Saturday night with puck drop just after 7:30. 4 meetings this season. The Bulldogs and Broncos split the season series, with the host team winning all 4 games. Most recently, just about a month ago, the Broncos held the Dogs to just 1 goal in their weekend series. Just about a month ago, a Northland rivalry was renewed for the first time in 22 years as Duluth East and Hermantown boys hockey teams met on the ice. And Northland hockey fans, including yours truly, will be rejoicing tonight, seeing these two meet once again for the final time this season, and who knows how long it will be before they meet again. In their matchup in early February, Hermantown jumped out to an early 3-0 lead, eventually downing 5-1, Duluth East 5-1 over at the Heritage Center. If you aren't able to get out to the Hermantown Arena this evening, don't you worry about a thing. Our My 9 game of the night will be Duluth East versus Hermantown puck drop, just about a half hour away. For the 3rd straight year, the St. Scholastica men's basketball team is once again back in the UMAC Tournament Championship game. 1-seeded Saints got off and running Saturday night against Bethany Lutheran, leading for 39 of the 40 minutes on Saturday. Duluth East Greyhound alum Isaiah Hendrickson would tie a career high in points with 18 to lead the way for the Saints. St. Scholastica will now face the University of Northwestern Minnesota tonight at the Reef Gymnasium. Tip-off just about a half hour away. This marks the 4th time these two teams will meet in the championship game in the last 6 years. Jam-packed sports tonight for you, John. I'll send things back to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Ryan. And tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, 1 year ago, Grand Rapids VFW Post burned down, taking decades of memories with it. Now veteran community members are coming together to celebrate a true rising from ashes. Find out why at 10. People around the world are celebrating on this International Women's Day, and that includes in International Falls. About 50 people gathered at Smoky Bear State Park for a ceremonial event. The group, which included State House Representative Bob Eklund, took time to recognize women's contributions to the region. And Dave, it was a beautiful day to do that. What's it looking like going into the night?
Well, overnight tonight, clouds will thicken up just a little bit, I think, towards partly cloudy, and that'll help keep temperatures up. Morning lows tomorrow should be in the 30s, above 0. And that'll lead us to the last day of our warm spell. We'll go towards the mid-50s, maybe even 60 away from the lake. But clouds will be on the increase. That sets us up for a cool down, a cloudy day Wednesday with a 60% chance for a rain-snow mix. Models have been going up and down all day long here. Right now we're thinking a couple of inches could fall by Thursday morning, and temperatures will fall after that as well.
All right, thanks, Dave. That's the news for now. Thanks for joining.